Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain about memory segmentation. Okay. So memory segmentation in 8086 microprocessor. Actually, 8086 microprocessor is having 20-bit address bus. Okay. So because of this 20-bit address bus, it can identify 2 power 20. That is 2 power 20 means what? How much? 1 megabyte locations. Okay, 1 megabyte locations. This 2 power 20 means 2 power 10 into 2 power 10. That is 2 power 10 means 1024 into 1024. That is 1 kilobyte. And this is 1 kilobyte. This is 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3. It is 10 power 6. That is 1 megabyte. Here, why we are calling as a byte? Byte means it's an 8-bit data. That means in each memory location, that means here, see, suppose this is the 1 megabyte memory locations, for example. Okay, these are all the memory locations. These are all the memory locations. Then in each memory location, it is having 1 byte of data. It is having 1 byte of data. That is 8-bit of data. Okay, so that's why the 2 power 20, it is 1 megabyte locations, memory locations. Now, the what is called as a memory segmentation? What is memory segmentation? Memory segmentation means this 1 megabyte of memory is divided into some segments. The 1 megabyte of memory is divided into some segments. Okay, that is the main segments are 4 segments, that is data segment, code segment, stack segment, extra segment. Okay, each segment size is 64 kilobytes. Each segment size is 64 kilobytes. Okay, and this is totally 1 megabyte of memory. 1 megabyte of memory. Okay, now because of this segment size is 64 kilobytes, the memory location in this segment, the memory location in this segment is identified by the 16 address lines. 16 address lines, because 2 power 16 is 2 power 16 is 64 kilobytes. So that's why each segment size is 64 kilobytes. Each memory location in that segment is identified by 16 address lines. So this 16 address lines is called as the offset address. Okay, offset address or effective address. Okay, this 16-bit address is called as offset address or effective address. Similarly, the code segment. The code segment is also having the 64 kilobytes, and the memory location is identified in each segment. In this segment, this particular memory location can store 8-bit of data, and this is can be identified as in address lines, and that is either offset or it is also called as a effective address. But 8086 is having 20-bit address lines. So now this memory location can also identified as within this entire memory. Okay, if this memory location if this memory location is identified within this 1 megabyte of memory, then how many address lines are used? The 20 address lines are used. Okay, 20 address lines are used. The same memory location can be identified within a segment by using the 16 address lines. The same memory location can be identified within 1 megabyte of memory, then we have to use the 20 address lines. So when the memory location is identified by 20 address lines, this is called as the physical address. This is called as the physical address. Okay, this is called as the physical address. Physical address. So that's why the physical address, the physical address is called as the physical address can be calculated as can be calculated as physical address is equal to segment base into 10 hexa plus effective address. Effective address. This is the physical address formula. Now, what is this segment base? What is this segment base? Where it is available? Okay, the segment base is available. This is suppose one segment. This the starting memory location. This is a segment base. This is a segment base. Similarly, for this code segment, this is a code segment base. This is a code segment base. For this stack segment, this is a stack segment base. Okay. And for this extra segment, the starting memory location, it is extra segment base. Okay. So that means any memory location within a segment is identified by 16 address lines. That is called offset address or effective address. The same memory location can be identified within the whole memory. Then we have to use the 20 address lines. That is called as physical address. And physical address is can be calculated as segment base into 10 plus offset address. Okay, offset address. Now clearly I will tell you. Now suppose if I am drawing only one segment. I am taking for example only one segment. Okay. So this is for example data segment. This is data segment. Okay. Data segment and its size is 64 kilobytes. 64 kilobytes. And these are all the memory locations. 64 kilobytes of memory locations. These are all the memory locations. These are all the memory locations. Now, out of these many memory locations, the starting address is starting memory location is segment base. Segment base. Okay. And this segment base is available in corresponding segment registers. This segment base address is stored in corresponding segment registers. Corresponding segment registers in the sense what? Data segment, data segment, segment base address is stored in data segment register. Similarly, code segment, code segment, code segment base address is stored in code segment register. Similarly, stack segment, this is the stack segment and segment base, and this address is available in stack segment register. Extra segment base address is available in extra segment register. Okay, so there are four segment registers. There are four segment registers. Okay, so there are four segment registers. So four segment registers are four segment registers are okay. Registers are one is data segment register. Second one is code segment register. Third one is stack segment register. Fourth one is extra segment register. Okay, and all these segment registers purpose is to store the corresponding corresponding segment base addresses. Corresponding segment base addresses. Okay, so that is the purpose of this segment register. Okay, so here to calculate the physical address, so segment base, we need to take the segment base. So segment base is available in the concerned segment register. Then into 10 hexa plus effective address. What is this effective address? Effective address is nothing but, suppose I want to identify this particular memory location. I want to identify this particular memory location. Okay, so then this is one segment and segment size, and starting memory location is segment base, and from this segment base to this particular memory location, what is the distance in the sense how much far, how many locations. Okay, from this point to this memory location, starting address to this particular memory location, how many memory locations are there, or what is the distance. So this is called as the offset address or effective address. Offset address or effective address. Okay, so now suppose I want to identify this particular memory location. So then I need to take segment base, and I will get the segment base from the corresponding segment register plus effective address. Now, where this effective address is available? Okay, the effective addresses are available in the effective addresses are available in effective addresses or offset address available. Okay, available in like for data segment. These are all the segments. Okay. Next segment is code segment. Next segment is stack segment. And next segment is extra segment. Okay. Extra segment. Extra segment. Now, the effective addresses for data segment is available in base pointer register. Base pointer register. Okay, it is base pointer. Pointer means to identify the location. Similarly, code segment. For this code segment, the effective address is available in instruction pointer. Okay, this is instruction pointer. Instruction pointer. For stack segment, the effective address is available in the stack pointer register. These are all the pointer registers. Okay, stack pointer register. And for extra segment, the effective address is available in destination index DI. Okay, so this is the destination index registers. Destination index registers. Okay, see here the 8086 microprocessor is having 20-bit address lines. Because of the 20-bit address lines, it can identify the 1 megabyte of memory location, and this 1 megabyte of memory locations are divided into certain logical segments, and their main segments are data segment, code segment, stack segment, and extra segment. Each segment size is 64 kilobytes. And what is the purpose of these segments? For example, data segment. Okay, so data segment is for purposes of segments. Okay, what is this data segment? Data segment purpose is to store the data. Store the data. To store the data. Code segment purpose is to it can store the instructions, or for the microprocessor we are giving the instructions, that is assembly language program, that is user understandable language. But for the machine understandable language, that is the op codes, that is the operational codes. So that codes are stored in the code segment. So the code segment purpose is store the codes. Store the codes. Okay, that means instructions in the form of codes. Okay, and similarly, stack segment purpose. Stack segment purpose is this is it is used in it is used it is used for the it is used for the subroutine operations. It is used for the subroutine operations. In the later classes, we can discuss what is subroutine. So it is used for the stack operations or subroutine operations. Okay. And the next extra segment purpose is it is also one kind of data segment. It is also like it is also like a data segment. It is also like a data segment, but for string operations. particularly used for particularly okay particularly used for string operations string operations, okay, string operations, okay. And when the microprocessor is operating the string operations, then the data segment offset address is available in the source index register. It is available in the source index register, and extra segment offset address is available in the destination index register. For normal operations, for the data segment, effective address is available in the base pointer. And particularly for string operations, the data segment and extra segments are used. And then in that situation, the data segment offset address is available in the source index register, and extra segment offset address is available in the destination index register. Okay. Thank you.